Remember that distinguishing facts from opinions can help you to understand nonfiction texts and figure out whether you agree or disagree with an author's opinion. Okay, remember we talked about a fact can be proven true or false. They can use, you guys can use reference sources or ask reliable experts if information is true. An author's opinion, however, tells an idea, feeling, or a belief, and you may agree or disagree with an author's opinions, but you can't prove that they're true or false. Okay? An author does, however, use reasons and evidence to support their opinion. Okay? You are going to focus on that fact and opinion piece as your target skill. Your target strategy is to monitor and clarify. Remember that good readers pay attention to how well you understand what you read. And if something doesn't make sense, remember, it's no big deal. Just go back and reread the text, clarify that idea. Okay? You can use context to confirm or self-correct word recognition and understanding in a text. Okay? So, you are going to read Museum's Worlds of Wonder. Okay? This is an article, and you, as you read, should ask yourself whether the author's statement is a fact or an opinion. Remember, a fact, again, proven true. An opinion expresses thought, feeling, or belief. You're going to try to note the reasons and evidence the author uses, and you're also going to think about this essential question. How do museums teach us about our world? Okay, that's your essential question. The genre of this article is an informational text. All right, there's headings, photographs, and facts. There's maps, all different ways that informational text works. So as you preview this story, or article, I'm sorry, I keep saying story, I'm in that habit. As you preview this story, you're also going to predict what it's going to be about and then set your purpose on why you want to read this article. It starts on page 34 and ends on page 39. So pause the video now, preview, predict, and set your purpose. Now when I think of museums, I think of buildings where I can see artifacts found by archaeologists. In the museums that I see in the photographs in this article, they look different. So I'm going to read this selection to find out what other kinds of things are in museums. What is your purpose for reading? Remember to think about our essential question, how do museums teach us about our world, as you read Museum World of Wonders. You're going to pause the video now, read it, and come back so we can think through the text together. All right, now that you've read the text, let's think through it. And remember, you are pausing the video after each question and having a short discussion with your learning adult about the question I'm asking. So what can visitors to the City Museum of St. Louis see and do? In the fourth paragraph on page 36, the author says that you can take a virtual spacewalk. What does virtual mean? And what background knowledge and context clues helps you to figure out the word's meaning? How does the photograph on page 37 help you understand what is in the Field Museum? Why isn't Sue's real skull attached to the rest of her skeleton? How does the author organize the description of the Forestry Museum? What is the main idea of the first paragraph on page 39, and what details support the main idea? Now we're going to dig deeper and work on the fact and opinion and monitor and clarify piece as we analyze the text. All right, distinguishing between the fact and opinion is going to help you arrive at an accurate understanding of topics discussed in informational texts. So I'm going to review something and then ask you a question. You're going to pause the video and have a brief discussion. Okay? Remember that a fact is a statement that can be proved true. So what is a fact about museums? An opinion is a thought, belief, or feeling. What is an opinion about museums? Now, to distinguish between things is to tell the difference between them. So how can you distinguish between the National Air and Space Museum and the American Cowboy Museum? To analyze something means to study it or look at it really carefully. How can you analyze the author's opinion that you will appreciate forests more than ever before if you visit the museum about forestry? To monitor and clarify your understanding of what you read is very important. Where should you stop to check your understanding when you're reading Museums, Wonders of the World? You should try to figure out confusing words, phrases, or section of text. What can you do if you don't know the meaning of the word meteorite in the section about the Field Museum? You can reread a passage that you might find confusing, but sometimes the best way to deal with a confusing passage is to keep reading. Often, the confusing passage will make more sense once you gain more information. What should you do if you keep reading and the text still doesn't make sense to you?